Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? I am out in the shop. It is Friday morning. Happy New Year to each and every one of you. I hope you had a great New Year's Eve celebration if you chose to do so. I want to say that personally, I think I'm happy that 2020 has come to a close. I'm looking forward to 2021. I hope it's going to be a much better year. I hope it's a lot of positive things that happen in the upcoming year. I'd like to show you where I'm at with this record crate. It's a good news, bad news situation. Good news is I very quickly found the CD covers, and there are a couple of good ones in here. There it is, the Cars, AC/DC, just right off the top. They were on top of the pile. Excited about those. I'm hoping to find a few more. You can see that it won't take too many to fill one of these, and you can kind of put them at an angle. I could work them around, whatever. But I just need enough to cover one of these. So I'm excited about that. I've got to go through them and see what all is in there. There's a couple of them I'm not too fond of, but we'll put those aside for something else. That's the good news. Bad news is I went through my screw collection and I have 3.5 inch, 3 inch, 2.25 inch. I have every dang size of screw except about 1.5 inches, which is what I want. You know, this is 1 inch thick, so you need 1 inch to go through that. And that is a little over 3/4 inch right there, this on the outside of that lip. So 1.5 inch screw should give me a pretty darn good bite. So it looks like I'm gonna go grab a little bite to eat, and then I'm gonna hop in the car and I'm gonna head out to the big box store and pick up some 1.5 inch screws so that I can begin the assembly of these boxes. What I am gonna do in the meantime though is while I wait, my wife wanted to make breakfast this morning. It's kind of a New Year's Eve tradition, a New Year's Day tradition. She always makes a big breakfast. So while she's working on that, I'm going to go ahead and sort through these CD covers and see if I can find half a dozen or so that I think will make a nice front cover for this box. I'll keep you guys posted on what I find. I found plenty of covers that I think will work great. I only need a few for this one, so this means I've got enough to make, another 2, possibly 3 of these. This is the stack that just Jay-Z, stuff like that. I'm nothing against Jay-Z. I just am not into rap. It's not my thing. I'm sure he has some great songs, and the people that follow Jay-Z, many of you may love Jay-Z and some of the other groups there. It's just not my thing. So I'm going to basically do something else with those. But I'm super excited that I was able to find this many. I mean, I got some Beatles, Ozzy Osbourne, Charlie Daniels Band, Santana, The Who, The Cars, AC/DC. I mean, there are some great bands there, some great covers that I think will look really cool on the front. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to head up to the hardware store here in a little bit. I'm getting ready to head in and eat. And I probably will pick up some Super 77 spray. I think, I don't know a lot about Super 77. I've used it before. It's just a spray. It's an adhesive. You spray it on, let it get tacky, and you can stick things to other things, let's just say. But I'm a little nervous about it clogging up. Buying a can and then using it for this little piece, and then before I get a chance to use it again, maybe the nozzle gets clogged. So if any of you guys have any ideas on how to keep that from happening, I'd love to hear them, because I don't know what a can costs, but I'm sure it's probably a few dollars. But I'm going to head up to the hardware store. I'm going to try to pick up some Super 77 or some other adhesive. I'll see what they have. I'm going to get some 1.5 inch screws. I'll be back and we will assemble this box. I hope to get it finished today. My wife really loved the color. The blue turned out way better than I thought. And she's already said, hey, it'd be great to get those records up off the floor. So I think if this looks good, I think there's going to be a few more of them in my very near future. So I will keep you guys posted. I'm back from the hardware store, and I picked up some screws, and I picked up some adhesive. But, I'm not feeling it. I thought this would really be nice, but I'm just not feeling it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and assemble this first one without using any of the CD cases. And I'm just going to see what I think of it, because, like I said, I'm having doubts. It's not feeling right at this point, and it's wrong to keep moving forward. Let's take a step back and just make a nice holder to hold everything. And what I'll do is I'll use glazer points to install the panels. That way, if I change my mind, I can always pull those glazer points out. They're for holding windows in window frames. I can always pull them out, which will release the panel, and then I can go ahead and adhere these album covers or anything else I want to the front. So I think I'm just going to see what it looks like first, and then we can come back and add later, you know, if we decide to try that. All right, I'm going to get to assembling. I'll keep you posted and show you what it looks like. Just in case there's somebody who's not familiar with what a glazer point is, this is what they look like. They're really simple to use. You see them in window construction, and you also see them in a lot of picture frames. You just basically lay them down, take a screwdriver, and push the glazer point right into the wood. Very simple to do. Now, these don't work great with hardwoods. Like if you got a piece of oak or something like that, it's not going to work as well. It works really well with softer woods, and this happens to be cedar. They work great with pine. You can use them on oak, but they just, they're a little hard to push in. That oak's pretty tough wood. And the nice thing about using them, and the reason why you see them in picture frame usage a lot, is because exactly what I said. Now I've got a nice tight fit. It doesn't rattle, it doesn't move, it's tight. But if I want to take it out, I just take the screwdriver, put it there, give it a little twist, that little thing will pop right out, and I can take this panel out and do whatever I want with it. Here's a look at the crate. I like it. I like the color. Pretty sweet. Got my album out here. We'll drop it in. I think it's going to be perfect. I'm going to take it in the house, load it up, and we'll shoot a photo of it full of albums. And this is what it looks like full of albums. I think I'm going to make another one. Well, that worked out really well. I'm happy with how it turned out. And up in that room, there's a large number of records along that wall, and it took about 1/3 of them off the floor. Now, if I was to go through those records today, of the 2/3 that's left, about half of those I'm going to get rid of. I don't really want them. They're not my taste. They're not my genre. They're just stuff that I've somehow, it's made its way to me over the years, and I'm going to dump all that. So I have enough records on the floor there to fill maybe one more of those containers. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on another one. Before I do, though, I've got another project that I want to work on. We'll see how it goes, and I'll let you guys in on what it is and what I'm working on as we get a little farther into the project. I'm going to do a little testing, a little trial and error, just to make sure that I can make it happen, and then you guys will start seeing some of the video footage or little clips of what I'm working on here on What You Doing, Bob. Hello, everybody. I'm back. I told you I was going to work on something on the metal lathe, and I did. Here it is. This is a tool that I made. Lynn Lacey and I were talking about this, and he asked me if I would try it for him. It's a 3/4 inch tenon, and what Lynn does is he will grab this tool with his collet chuck, a 3/4 inch collet chuck, in the headstock of his lathe, and on the face, it's nice and flat. He will put 60 or 80 grit sticky sandpaper, just a little old piece of it. In the tailstock, he'll put a Jacobs chuck and a punch. The punch is the diameter, the inside diameter of the tube of whatever pen kit he's working with, so he can square the blank. He'll bring the tailstock, he'll bring the punch right up next to this, just shy of it, and then he'll push the blank just right up to where it kisses this. It's the same thing, same exact process that I do here, except he's doing it on the lathe. So I sent Lynn a video of this, and I hope he likes it, and we'll just see what happens. All right, guys, I am flat out bushed. It's been a busy day in the shop. It's been a great day in the shop. I had a lot of fun. I got a few tools I'm going to put away, and then I'm going to call it quits. I will probably be back out here tomorrow. And when I'm back out in the shop, my hope is to start on another crate for the rest of my records. So I'll keep you guys posted. We'll do some videos on that along the way. All right, have a great evening. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. And I will talk to you again very, very soon.